my question is to ask what are the plans to review the CE schemes? Thank you.
Of the important role that CE and other schemes play, and Minister Humphreys and I wish to support them the best we can. In addition to providing valuable occupational experience and training as a stepping stone to employment for people who are unemployed, schemes such as CE also provide important and, in many cases, essential services to their local community. Thankfully, given the strong labour market performance, the number of unemployed people dependent on social welfare payments continues to fall. While this is very welcome, it also means that the number of candidates available to CE schemes also falls. This creates an obvious challenge. Having said that, it is not an insurmountable challenge, and working together with CE sponsors, we can and have devised changes that will help the schemes to continue to support their local communities. For example, following engagement with scheme sponsors, Minister Humphreys and I announced a number of reforms and enhancements to CE last December and again in June of this year. These changes included a provision to allow CE participants who reach 60 years of age to remain on CE until they reach state pension age. We also updated the baseline year for CE to enable other placements to be extended. More recently, as part of Budget 2023, we announced an increase of €5 per week, or just over 22%, in the weekly CE allowance. This increase is in addition to the increase in the core social welfare payments of €12 per week, meaning the minimum payment on CE will amount to €247.50 per week. This is the lowest rate of payment, and people with children or other dependents receive additional payments, which are also increasing as part of our budget measures. We also changed the candidate referral process. Schemes have been given new flexibility to allow them to directly recruit eligible candidates to fill 30% of places, but are also mandated to accept and place at least 60% of people referred by Intrio. This is to ensure that places do not go unfilled when there are candidates available from the live register. Schemes have also been granted flexibility to extend individual placements and to retain existing participants in cases where no replacement is immediately available.
Thank you, and thank you, Ministers. And look, I believe the CE schemes are designed to help those in long-term unemployment or those who are disadvantaged or find it impossible to get mainstream work to have a job in their local communities. They provide with childcare help, they do elderly care, they can do drug rehabilitation services. Anyone in the CE scheme, workers, €25 extra is a modest increase in the budget, but as a result, it's very difficult to get people to participate in this scheme. I have raised this both in the Dáil and again recently at our party thinking when we were in Mullingar. These programmes not only benefit participants but also the community by providing essential services. However, the scheme does not pay enough for providing such great work in the community, and I can only say this, Ministers, it's not fit for purpose. I am advocate for this to be changed. Fianna Fáil has always been a strong supporter and advocate of CE schemes. It's one of the first we started in my own area, but I firmly believe that that €5 increase in the budget was absolutely unacceptable.
Thank you, Deputy. It's been a while since there was an increase in the top-up on the CE top-up itself. So while we'd all like to have more than €5 going on it, that's what we got this year. We would have all liked more. I do disagree with you vehemently that CE is not fit for purpose. CE is one of the most impactful and useful schemes both to individuals and communities across the country. And of all the schemes that government supports, I think it's one of the best. It manages to do those two very important functions of giving people another option in life who are quite far from the labour market. It opens up pathways to people that otherwise wouldn't have had a pathway to the labour market. And then at the same time, it provides, as you've acknowledged, really essential and really important community services. In terms of the fundamentals of CE, I think it's one of the best schemes we have. I do acknowledge there are issues with it. I do acknowledge that we're having difficulties getting participants onto it, and I would like to see better supports for CE participants going into the future as well.
Well, Minister, look, I know that a lot of work has been done when you look at the rural social scheme and the eligibility for the TUS extended to persons in receipt of disability payments. There's the new flexibility to allow CE schemes to directly recruit eligible candidates to fill 30% of the places. But Minister, you have to be practical here now. The reason communities can't get people on CE schemes is because it doesn't pay them, first of all, because if you have to travel 20 miles or 15 miles to where that scheme is, first of all, you're losing money, and I don't even know if it's about losing the money. What I feel is, when you have such a scheme, and I'm not saying that the scheme is not a great scheme, Minister, I'm saying the scheme is a good scheme, but the reason has to be, why is it not being, why are people not participating in it? Why are they not getting more money? And the reason is, it just doesn't work out for them. They are doing this extra work which they love. I only want to compliment everyone involved in it, in that scheme. They work, I know so many in my own community, they do so much work, but everyone I'm talking to lately, all the different areas, whether it's through, you know, like if it's any just, whether it's like St Clair, okay, I could name loads of people that have come to me looking for CE scheme workers and can't get them.
We're being very practical, I think, about CE. There was a review published at the end of last year, but we're not stopping at that. So we're trying to increase the flow in, we're trying to retain the people that we have, and we're trying to stop the flow out as well. And we've taken policy measures in each of them 3 areas. And in terms of also broadening the pool of people as well, plans are also at an advanced stage for a new pilot scheme to extend CE eligibility to people who are qualified adults on a job seeker claim. The pension age question, we are looking at pretty much everything we can in terms of broadening the pool and retaining people. That's one of the ones we're slower to consider, to be honest, and I'll just be straight with you on that. On the refugee side of things, qualifying age for refugees I think is 18, so there's a broader qualifying criteria for refugees as well. But in short, we're looking at everything we can to broaden the pool, to get more people in, but to stem the flow out as well. I acknowledge the CE supervisor's question as well. My officials had exploratory meetings with union reps in September, and there's an agreement to have another meeting in the near future as well.